So we're gonna head up into the opening over here. And you guys should come along with us. Cool garden.
I have no idea.
Clean it up and show you all what this looks like underneath a black light.
Alright guys, so we are heading to a spot Tracy found on a map in the middle of nowhere to look for Black Locust, which we are actually really excited about. It's a really hard wood. It's fast growing, short-lived. It's like lives roughly about 75-80 years. It's very hard. It grows very fast. It's got crazy thorns and stuff, so we're going to be looking for it kind of in the middle of nowhere, so we're hoping to find it. What we're looking for it for is because it glows in the black light. Ultraviolet light makes it glow. And Tracy has some side project stuff he likes to do. Suiseki, I think it is, where you carve wood, you know, and then you put like a beautiful rock or something, but you like form the wood to fit the rock, and it makes it look like a beautiful scenery type thing, which I thought was a great idea for a lot of the jade we got. Even just making stands out of it for other rocks to sit in our rock collection under a UV light with the wood glowing. I mean, the applications are kind of pretty cool for the things that we're doing, that we do and like to do. So we're hoping to find it. That's today's mission.
Oh yeah.
It's also really close to an old homestead. We're hoping to find some square nails, you know, old school 1800s nails, you know, and stuff. That's the mission today, is to just try to find the wood and anything cool we can along the way. It's going to be about 1.25 mile hike one way, so 2.5 altogether. So hopefully if we find some really cool stuff. Otherwise, if you're still with us, thanks for coming along.
The cool thing about the wood that we're going for, it's actually not native to the area. The miners and the homesteaders on the Oregon Trail brought it over because it had a bunch of uses for building fences and stuff, and especially for miners, because the wood is super dense and rot resistant. They would use it to make supports for their mines when they were going into hillsides and things like that. And there's a kind of funny irony. If they only had black lights, their mines would have looked like rave tunnels. It would have been fantastic. Yeah, so we're going to go get some of that rave tunnel mining wood. Some historic living history. It's going to be kind of neat. So we'll find some historic cabin stuff, and then we'll find some, you know, next generation history that's still alive out in the woods. Here in front of $8 Mountain, and we're about to head up that way and cruise up to Takelma Creek and try to find this old homestead. There's these crazy serpentine barrens, and that's the gnarly soil that makes these trees unique property of doing the nitrogen fixing beneficial to them. So let's go find them. Find them! Find them! Some of that serpentine responsible for the pH of this soil being real strange. And that's why you see very few plants besides conifers. Little geology story for you. Right now we are balls deep in what's known as the Josephine Ophiolite. And an ophiolite is old mantle crust that got scraped up onto the surface. And so it's ultramafic, which means a lot of iron. And so that's why everything looks all rusty and almost like Mars. Necessity, the mother of invention.
Booyah! We're back in action.
Back in action.
Woo!
The dingle. In the spirit of documentary filmmaking, we're just gonna film for a second because we keep hearing a bizarre sound from down by the creek. We were joking about it being Sasquatch, and then we heard it again. Huh. All right. This is the point now. We have to leave the trail and head off into the hills over here. You can kind of see that ridge that away. It's down in that draw that we're going to be going and digging around, looking. You hear that shit?
Yes, I did.
And digging around, looking. You hear that shit?
Yes, I did.
Did you guys hear that shit? Huh. Well, that's the way we're going, dude.
Fuck this.
You want to stay on the side of the creek for a ways?
Yo, what the fuck was that? I was way closer that time, too. Bro. Should I fucking chamber one?
Alright guys, well, let's see what happens. Alright guys, you can kind of see through this opening here, there's a field over there that we're trying to get to. That crazy fucking sound has us on edge, and so we're trying to find a good place to cross this creek and get out of these trees, because it'll be a lot more comfortable if we're in an area where it's open around us. But we've got to get down there.
Just finding a good spot to cross the creek is the problem?
Yeah, exactly. Look at that old fence post right there. I wonder if that thing is blacklight reactive.
Huh, that'd be funny.
So we're getting into the area where the old homestead was.
But across the creek?
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Well, I mean, we could go towards the Growl. I mean, it seems like we're going up. It seems like it's just going to get.
Yeah, we could probably pop down right here. Yeah, we could scramble down this. I mean, that looks crossable right there. All right, folks. Hopefully we don't encounter anything cool while we're scrambling and crossing. Because I'm not going to hold the camera while I go down this. Oh yeah.
We made it.
We're down at the creek. We found a cool spot we could probably cross the creek. And right at this spot, we happen to find this. This is a really old piece of wood. Kind of buried caught in here. But God knows what that old thing was from.
Just lodged in there, holding up everything.
All right, we'll see you on the other side. California Bay. The leaves, if you crack them open, smell real good. They also don't make going real easy when you are trying to make your way through the woods.
Yeah.
We made it across the creek now. Haven't heard any more crazy sounds, but we're gonna head up into the opening over here, and you guys should come along with us. I want to get up into that clearing up there. Just keep going until we find a clear. Oh, this might be a little path right here. Or it might have once been a path right here. There's the field. That's according to local lore, that's a sign that Sasquatch is marking his territory. Apparently they break off trees kind of a few feet up like that. That one seems pretty big, but in light of the sounds we heard, I thought it'd be fun to document. That is, but I heard something up there.
Oh God.
Well, I'm gonna keep this rolling for a second. That's a weird sound. This is the old road. Dude, that freaked me out. I don't even know what we were talking about.
Yeah.
All right, we are in the field. Now this is the field that the old timers kind of posted up at the top of. I mean, according to the location of their cabin. And there's some fruit trees up here too. Obviously they haven't been pruned in quite a while.
And it's not the right time of year for fruits for us either.
Yeah, you're not going to see many apples.
Frosty apples.
Got an old fruit tree right there. Another old fruit tree wrapped up in that pile of blackberries. And then we've got this like slightly terraced chunk of land right here that might have had a cabin on it or something, which would make sense. Look at the view they would have. outrageous.
He's
right?
talking about me.
Yeah, speaking of...
Speaking of beautiful views.
Yeah, that view, dude. And so we've got the fruit tree right here. We've got another fruit tree right here. And then there's another one up by this oak here. And if you look at the base of it, got some rocks. We're gonna get over there and check that out. Boom! It's cold.
It is very cold.
Don't let the image fool you, it is very cold.
Frosty. There you go. Looks like the edge of something to me.
Yeah, it goes all the way down past the oak. There's more of it piled up down there behind these branches. You can see it over there.
And then died and didn't ever uncover it, you know?
The miner's equivalent of a mattress.
Yeah.
Gnarled old fruit tree. Just hanging on. Rock wall over under those oaks. We're approaching the end of the field.
Into the woods again.
It's
Growling things are all around.
It's kind of funny because we're a little on edge. I mean, like, normally this shit wouldn't. This is kind of funny. This is a cool trail. But I'm like, oh man. Why you gotta be so bushy? All right, no big deal. Mushroom.
Looking good. Old ass car.
If you know what model that is, please leave it in the comments. Can you tell from here? Like,
No.
No way.
They're gonna be like, yeah, right, buddy.
Cool old car though. That's a gangster vehicle.
So there you go. If you know, please comment.
As we progress up the hill, we start to see some evidence of human labor. I don't know if you can see it moving through there. But that's an old miner's ditch. So we're back in the trees. There's some diversity, but I don't know how much that matters because they're naturalized. They're not native though. So I don't know exactly what they would grow around. Look at this old stump. Check it out, dude. It is fucking... Can you guys see it? Dude, I thought the snow had collapsed it.
Oh, it did. That's just the roof down on the ground.
Look at the fuck. That's booyah, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, we found the cabin. You guys come check this shit out.
Fuck yeah. Cabin in the woods. Wow, this is really far off the beaten trail too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a lot of...
Look at that.
Oh man.
Oh shit. It's like raw timbers and shit. Looks like there was another one right there. The nails are round.
Yeah, how long have they had cinder blocks?
And maybe this is more like a cabin from the 60s or something. Like some hippie cabin. Because there were definitely hippies around here. Is this one also round? Yep. Still cool to find an old cabin out in the woods.
Yeah. Middle of nowhere. And yet everywhere all at once. Huh.
Well, it's interesting because this is where those black locusts are supposed to be. They're supposed to be in this vicinity. So we will keep poking around for those. And in the meantime, poke around for other remnants of whatever this was. Just doing a little poking around right now. Seeing if anything is real, obviously different, real tall. Don't see anything jumping out quite yet. But we're gonna go explore across the creek. All right, now we're on the hunt. We are in bushwhack mode. We gotta get down to that creek and cross it in order to scope out that zone over there. We're gonna go down on the other side of the creek because we've not seen anything coming up this side. What do I see right there? Look at that. Okay, there's something worth investigating right there. Cool. You see the seed pods on that thing? That might be some kind of maple, but apparently this thing has seed pods on it. So we're gonna go check out that tree. Oh, that is kind of slippery. Be careful there. Don't let the trailish look fool you. That is steep and slippery. Yeah, be real careful at that top part. Dense moss down here by the creek. All the beautiful California bay leaves. Smelling amazing. So we made it up out of the creek. And it might be just some cobble or something here, but that might be a stack of tailings right there. Do a little quick investigation. I think the opening on the other side of this pile is where we're headed. It's hard to imagine that this isn't an area that's been worked. There's like holes, piles of rocks and everything. And apparently these black locusts like disturbed ground. So, if this was disturbed ground 80 years ago, we might still be in luck.
Evidence of folks. Barrel, birds, fences.
A couple more fruit trees up here. Just out in the middle of nowhere. Find a nice little clearing. Find some fruit trees. So this area must have been close to something that was occupied.
Life on the prairie. 2026.
So we just followed the fencing, and then these little wackadoodles had some seed pods on them. Upon closer inspection, they also have some spikes. This is the Black Locust. We're going to harvest some of this, which is fantastically easy because it looks like it's been mangled by the weather. Hey, check it out. Old stovepipe or some kind of flume thing, maybe. Very cool. We will collect some of this and then show you what it does underneath a black light. There's a bunch more of that locust. One of the reasons, there's a lot of mixed reviews about this. Homesteaders love it because it grows quickly and it has a lot of uses. But people also don't like it as an ornamental because it has beautiful flowers and everything. but it grows insanely. And so we're looking at this clearly flattened out plot where there are bricks and all sorts of remnants of an old housing thing. And does anyone know what this is? I do not recognize it. It's a really, really cool looking plant, but I don't know what it is. But it's pretty wild to see how aggressively this stuff has claimed the plot. Look at these spikes on it there. Come through here. There's this old thing.
I have no idea. It was an old big still. The copper.
Yeah.
I don't know. For a minute I thought it was like one like going or something, you know. I was like, oh God, I hope not. A still? A sluice? A sluice that also makes you alcohol? If you know, please say in the comments.
Yeah, remnants and stuff all over in this mushroom. Come all the way over to this side of it, and look at that. More of that locust. This would have been a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
To have a home.
Yeah, it would have been.
Oh, there's something over here?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Stepping around and over. Oh, dude, that might be the telegraph wire or something. But that makes me want to keep an eye out for those like ceramic little insulator things. Whoa. What'd you find over here?
Wasn't the foggiest. Is it like a trap?
Oh, looks like maybe a
Like
motor or something.
Maybe it's from a tractor. That could be an old tractor though. I mean, this stuff might not be old, but this is pretty old.
Yeah, older than us.
A lot older than us. Look at that thing, man. It's seen better days. Those are hard. Those are hard thorns. As you can see, there's an old dilapidated fence. Dilapidated. So whoever it was who lived here is the one who planted it, I'm assuming, yeah? I said whoever lived at this little plot of land over here that we found fenced off is most likely the one who brought it or planted it.
All right, try to use your imagination here. You can see this burnt out post right in front of me. There's more posts running down that way, and more posts running down that way. These seem out of place. I don't know what they are, but I'm imagining some sort of ornamental flower. So maybe this was the front gate or something. You come through, here is some of that locust all spiky. More of it right here. This locust is naturalized now, but it's definitely introduced. This is probably the shoots and shoots and shoots from a long, long time ago. Ones. And then there's this stuff. We don't know what this is, but it's probably something that was brought in.
Is this that stuff that moves with the sun? I thought it would be the stuff that went enclosed.
Well, I don't know what purpose it might have served, but maybe it was just something pretty that the settlers liked or something.
Pretty to look at.
Let's put it by the house because she's pretty.
Pretty to look at.
Should we harvest some of this locust?
Yeah, I'm looking at it wondering how. I think did we forget the machete?
Yeah. I got the hatchet, you got the saw.
We got the saw.
Let's make this work.
Hand saw.
We poked around for a minute. We don't really want to take anything live. This is really cool, and we want it to keep being cool. But this had been mangled by nature. So we've separated the dead bit. And we're going to yard it out of here. Kind of knock some of these spikes off and take some home with us. Clean it up and show y'all what this looks like underneath a black light. Rave mine tunnel wood. All right, folks, we are elated. Gonna stroll down past all the old remnants of Homestead upon Homestead, where miners once were, and trappers probably, and then homesteaders and ranchers. It's all piled one on the other. Yeah, and hopefully we find out those were moonshiners.
Yeah, that would be fun, especially mixed with that old car. It's like,
yeah,
what shit were they doing out here like 100 years ago?
Some cool gangster stuff. Well, you tell us, what was that car, and did that look like a still to you? Coming up on another area that's definitely been worked. Got the rocks all piled along here. Big old opening. Some big boulders remaining. Look at this. Old fencing here. It's always fun on adventures like this to take a different route on your way in than you took on your way out, or that you will take on your way out. You can kind of keep an eye on where you're at if you pay attention to your surroundings. I guess it depends on your surroundings, but that hill straight in front of us, and then if you look off on the horizon to the left, that's $8 Mountain, and this hill straight in front of us, we are parked down at the left-hand side, way over there. So that's where we're headed. All right, you can see in this creek crossing here, all of the serpentine all up in this. When that serpentine changes the alkalinity, changes the water, so it's alkaline, and that affects the plant's ability to uptake nutrients, and that's why we get these bearings, like you can see right up there.
Serpentine and scissor.
Serpentine.
Serpentine. Well, the adventure's not over yet, but we got our sticks. Walking sticks, 2 Expelliarmus sticks, 2 little slicers for
Stone displays.
They'll
be inspired by the Daiza of Suiseki, but they'll not be traditional Suiseki.
No, just like it. No disrespect, just something similar.
Yeah, taking inspiration from. I'm gonna suit up.
Let's do it. All right, back to the end of the adventure.
So the hill on the horizon we were talking about is now to our right, and we are rounding the end of it. And just over to the right of the sun, in the background there is $8. And we are right on the base of that, essentially.
All right, made it back to the car.
Yes.
Back on the...
We are pumped.
Yeah, we got some badass Gandalf staffs.
Yes, they're blacklight reactive hiking sticks. That's going to be cool as shit. Pumped about that.
Yeah.
And then we got some wood to work into little Daiza pedestal things for some cool rock displays. And it'll be blacklight reactive. It's a super hard wood. It'll last forever. So it's cool. And It's from the, that's a descendant of something brought over by pioneers or miners. That's not native to this area. It's been naturalized or whatever, but that is the descendant. We found it on a homestead for, you know, that's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Huh.
Heck yeah. Check this out.
Folks, the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to unveil what this looks like under a black light. Okay, there's the pile. This is what it looks like in normal light.
If you will.
All right. Yep. Boom.
Bro. Oh, shit.
Look at that, dude.
What? Dude, it's so bright.
Dude, look at the ends. What? Holy shit. Score, dude.
Here, look at. Try this stuff in my hand. Oh, not quite. But a little.
A little bit right there. So that's the inside stuff. Wow, dude. Look at the stumps. Yeah. Beaming. Oh, fuck yeah. What was that car? And did that look like a still to you? All right, we'll let you know what we see.
Old water heater.